Your first dip in the music industry was American Idol. I feel like some people know that, but you were so young.
Yeah, so here's the thing with Idol.
How do you deal with people who are critical of artists that start out on social media?
I mean, like, where else am I gonna start?
Was that song, did you have someone specific in mind? Do they know that they're Ava?
Well, it's about Ava.
Oh my, is her name Ava?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Coco Mocoe, and today we are saving a seat for Natalie Jane and watching her music videos, Intrusive Thoughts and Sick to My Stomach. You said you like Sour Patch.
I do, but only the watermelon ones.
Really? Is it because it's sweet?
Yeah, like the kids are just like sours.
Mm-hmm, they are. They
Oh,
even
you're going in. You're going right in.
Yeah, I know. It's like morning time, but
So
it's
do they like
okay.
hear me chew? Is it like ASMR?
I guess kind of. These
hate
mics do
that.
pick it up. I know, we're like leaning away. I kind of have a thing where I hate the sound of chewing. It like makes me
I
like,
hate it.
freaky and angry.
Oh my god, if I'm like eating with somebody and I hear them, like I hear like even in their mouths closed, but like just swishing around in there.
Called misophonia. It's like a form of OCD.
Oh
and
my
so
god.
like I feel bad because I definitely have it, but you can't help it. Like it triggers the fight or flight
I don't
part.
feel bad that I get mad.
Oh my
I
God,
just get mad.
Yeah, for me though, it's weird because it's like only like specific people like in my family or like specific things they do. Like I don't know why, it's just really like specific sounds freak me out.
No, like if I'm like even sitting with my roommate, I need to have the TV on.
Your first dip in the music industry was American Idol. I feel like some people know that, but you were so young.
Yeah. So here's the thing with Idol. I was 15, yeah. And I was like in high school. I got my own commercial, but I got like 6 seconds of airtime.
Wow.
So it's actually really funny because people are like, I watched you on American Idol. I'm like, I don't think you did.
Oh my
I think you're just saying that. But like, I love it. Like,
Okay.
Slay, thank you. I appreciate you like knowing that about me. But it's just funny.
Yeah. Do you feel like it contributed at all to you fully going into the music industry, or do you think it was like indifferent?
No, I mean the people I met on the show. Yes, like I met Lauren Spencer Smith on that show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And now we're like really good friends, and we would like sing together. And I think
Okay.
it started that relationship. So I think it brought me more relationships rather than like wisdom about the industry.
This is where I found you, was from your covers and like in parking garages and stuff. How did that come about?
So I was always like doing little covers on my Instagram and my TikTok back home in New Jersey in my house, like my parents' house.
Yeah.
But I moved here by myself and I'm in like a little apartment with thin walls. And I'm like, I'm loud when I sing. I'm like screaming. I don't want my neighbors to hear me. And that's like embarrassing. I don't want a noise complaint over singing. So I went down to the parking garage to like film my videos. And then it kind of just stuck.
Was the first one viral, or was it like you felt like you had something and you just kept going? Or was it just out of necessity because you
I
had
think
to sing?
it was out of necessity. And then it was out of like, oh, Slay, this is working.
And I feel like people, like so many people started doing that format because it was like so viral after your videos really took off.
Yeah, I mean, my friends and I definitely would do it all the time. It's just like fun to sing with your friends. Like, have you ever done like a karaoke night?
Yes.
Just imagine that, but it's your job.
yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah. As an artist who has mastered virality in a way that I feel like even A-list artists are still like sometimes trying to figure out, what do you tell yourself before you film a video? Do you usually have an instinct that this might be viral, or is it like you're not always sure?
So the way I judge it is like if I have like the attention span of like a squirrel. Like I don't care. I'm just gonna swipe. So I judge my videos like if I find this interesting, then it can do well. I don't know, like I give the phone to like my friends or my manager and I'll be like, at what point during this video would you like swipe and skip? And that's how I kind of judge it.
That's smart.
And if it's close to the beginning, I'm like, this isn't a good video.
I need to like write that down. That's so good. I always like hear the advice of looking at the analytics and seeing like how far people watched, and then like editing the video and then just like stopping it when people fall off. As someone with a lot of friends in the music industry and online, what is one of the best pieces of advice you've gotten from someone in the industry, and who did it come from?
It's not necessarily advice, but no, it is. My manager and I are like really close friends. And I was going through a period. Everything is like in waves. I was going through a period where I was getting like a lot of hate. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And I was very upset about it because like it doesn't feel good when like hundreds of thousands of people tell you that you're annoying.
Yeah, I've been there.
But then other times like millions say they love you. But anyway, so my manager's like, your fans are not gonna just like turn around one day and hate you and leave mean comments. The people that want to hate you, they want to, like, they're looking for anything they can in your videos to like be mean about, because that's just what they want to do.
It helps me too when I like go into it knowing that I'm gonna get those comments regardless. Like even on the back end, I've run accounts behind the scenes that have infinite more followers than me, and once you get to a certain level, it's like you could post a video of like puppies running through like a dandelion field, and there's always going to be that one person that's like, technically puppies can't be in grass that high, like you're gonna die. And I'm like, oh my god, like
no,
you
also,
can't win.
like,
So I'm like, whatever.
Sometimes I like sometimes I kind of look for it. Like I have like these specific pair of boots where every time I wear it I get like so many comments like, what the fuck is this girl wearing? I'm like, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay, slay. So like I was doing this video and I'm like, this is good, I sound good, but like let me spice it up. So I wear the boots like for that reason. Or sometimes like I'll misspell something because then I'm like, this will get more comments about that.
Yes.
Like you put something in there to piss people off.
Yeah, I know. I pronounce things on accident wrong sometimes, like the way my brain works. And but those videos always go more viral, and I'm like, oh, I think people are watching the video to see. In the comments, they'll see I pronounced a word wrong, and they're watching the video to like wait until that word comes up. And I'm like, oh,
that's
it's like
funny.
Kind of worked. I also got really good advice once that was like, obviously loving the people that support you, but when you get positive comments, don't let that influence you too much in your sense of identity, because as high as you let a good comment get you is how far you're gonna fall. So like being able to like enjoy the positive feedback, but still being anchored in your own identity is like a good way to not be as up and down, which that helps me.
Slay.
But I still like the nice comments, so you guys can keep leaving nice comments. Yeah. How do you deal with people that are, obviously it's just like now it's the way so many big artists are breaking through, but how do you deal with people who are critical of artists that start out on social media?
I mean, like, where else am I gonna start?
I agree. I'm like they hate Nepo babies, but then if someone films in their bedroom, it's like, well, you can't win.
I'm just like, why would I not, for free, market myself to hundreds of millions of people that see my videos? Like, it's just like stupid. Why would I do anything else?
Right. And then it's like, if you stop leaning in as much, then they're like, oh, flop. Like, they're like, no, but it's like, you know,
no,
but
that's
you're
what I learned.
Great, so
that's what I learned. I think that's the best piece of advice. No one's ever gonna be like happy. You're never gonna have 100% of people happy, and you just gotta deal with that and just like keep going with it.
Yeah. Was there a moment where you really felt like, oh my God, like I'm now like my own artist is being known from social?
Yeah, I 100% think I feel that when I'm performing, because like you're just in a room full of people who love you for your music and they know every word to all your songs. I'm like, this is the coolest thing in the world. Yeah. Like this is why I think I do what I do, to just like be in a room full of people. It's just a room full of positivity, because a hater's not gonna buy a fucking ticket, and if they do, slay, give me your money. I'll happily take your money. It's just a room full of love and positivity, and it's a phenomenal feeling. Because everyone in the crowd too, like people make friends. Like it's a safe space, and that's my favorite part.
Yeah, and we'll get into it later too, and like it seems like the live performing is like really where you thrive. And on, I believe it was the Zach Sang interview, you mentioned that you were in class in high school when you saw that you got put on the Pop Rising playlist on Spotify.
Oh, it was New Music Friday.
Oh my God, New Music Friday. Yeah. What was that? Can you explain that moment?
Yeah, I can actually. So I went to a small school. There were like 3 people in this specific class. It was music theory class. Okay. Teacher was like, Natalie, can you focus? I'm like, no, I can't actually. I'm sorry. I wasn't like sassy about it. But I was like, I'm sorry, I can't focus right now. It was just like, it's a crazy thing. Because at the time I was independent. It was like my first playlist ever. Wow. And my manager texted me, NMF. I'm like, what does that mean? I thought he was saying like OMG, and it was like
the typo.
Like a typo. And he's like, New Music Friday. I'm like, no! So it was cool.
Oh my God. And what specific song was it for?
It was my song Kind of Love.
Wow. And did you notice like an increase in new listeners from that placement?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's like millions of people that follow that playlist. So it was a cool moment for me because I was like a senior in high school. Wow. And I got a playlist.
That's
like
huge.
At the time, it was like,
That's huge. Like I know like so many talented artists even now, like 10 years into their career, are like gunning for their first like playlist placement on like a New Music Friday. Are there any playlists that you feel like you're on a lot that really like helps you find your audience too?
Yeah, I really like the Salt playlist actually, and I remember when I put on my song Ava, I got the cover of that, and it was like my first cover of a playlist.
What is that playlist about? Like
Salt?
salty?
It's like angry girls, angry female.
I'll have to follow that.
Yeah.
That is so.
So that was like a cute little moment for me.
We're gonna try this Trader Joe's popcorn. I've never had it. You said you can't have it because of the butter, right? So
yeah, I'm dairy free. It's super lame. Is it good?
Oh my God. Wait, I thought it would be kind of bland, but they mastered the butter taste.
Well, there is butter in it.
Yeah, that's true. I just love when it's like wet butter, like when it's like oil at the movie theater that you just like lather. But this is actually pretty good. It's kind of salty.
Hey, I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah, and like for anyone wondering, a lot of people ask this. The popcorn is not edible, and that's why it like move. Yeah, it doesn't move. I've had guests like try to eat some, and I'm like, oh wait, don't.
That's not good.
I know a girl who lives in Hollywood, and whenever the Dodgers have a game, she door dashes popcorn from the Dodger Stadium. Isn't that like so crazy?
Is it good?
I've never had it, but she said it's the best, and she gets like popcorn everywhere, and she said the Dodgers popcorn is the best.
Like, I don't want to yuck someone's yum, but I feel like that's a lot. But you know what? It makes her happy, so I'm not going to judge.
Right? I'm more interested in the logistics. I'm like, does the DoorDash driver, like, how do they get in this stadium? But who knows? The music video for Intrusive Thoughts has 8.9 million views. Why do you think that one has just done so well?
I think the song is just really sad. Like, oh my God, it's so sad.
Yeah. And can you explain for anyone who hasn't heard it, like what it's about?
Yeah, I mean, well, the first line of the chorus is like, what if I never find anybody to love, or I finally get the chance and I fuck it all up? It's basically just like your intrusive thoughts, like taking control. And I think I look super sad in the video too. I don't know. I just think it's nice to watch the video with the song because it makes you even more sad. And I think that's like a good thing to me, if I can like capture that emotion in my face too.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's part of the experience.
What I loved about it is like I feel like those kind of thoughts come in, like I can like keep myself busy like at work or with friends and stuff, but then whenever I'm starting to think about how I like am not getting a text from someone that I used to talk to every day, like that's like when you're alone, like in bed, and you're just like, oh my God, that's when it comes
when you're
in.
alone. And like that's why in the video I'm just like alone in an empty apartment, because that's when I think you really start to spiral.
Your song Ava has like 85 million streams, so huge. Was that song, did you have someone specific in mind? And if so, do they know that they're Ava, or was it more of a general feeling that people have been through?
No, it's about Ava.
Oh my, is her name Ava?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he has to know it's about him.
Oh, is it the guy's name is Ava?
No.
Okay, got it.
It's about a dude.
And then you saw the name Ava pop up on a phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I don't think it actually is that deep. Actually, who knows? I just saw him, like, snapping her a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck is Ava?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I didn't intend for it to, like, be so massive because it's not that deep, saying, like, who the fuck is Ava? There's not, like, much to it. But maybe that is why it did well.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, when you see if I see my boyfriend texting, like, someone, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm dramatic, so, like,
yeah.
the emphasis.
I think even in the song you're saying, like, the, like, red heart emoji by the name.
Yeah,
or,
why
like,
is there a red
little
heart next to
tells.
her name? I'm like, come on, be discreet. Be discreet, at least.
At least try to hide it. Yeah. Your song Sick to My Stomach, which we just watched.
Yeah.
That one came out recently, and then the music video. What was it like shooting? You said that just happened to be like a stressful day.
The song's called Sick to My Stomach. I had a fever while filming it. It was terrible. And it was 95 degrees outside, and the warehouse had no air conditioning. The warehouse had no air conditioning. And between every single take, my makeup artist was like blotting my entire face because I'm sweating like a motherfucker because it's so hot in there. And then also my shoes were size 5. I'm a size 7.5 or 8-ish. So like, but they looked good, so it's okay. Yeah. It wasn't my day, but I think it's very fitting because the song is like discomfort and sick to my stomach. Yeah. So I think it added to the vibe.
Even like the boots, I feel like are becoming like part of your branding. Like
I love boots.
Yes, they're such
crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like short, so I like the height. I'm 5'2"1/4, and I like to be taller.
And then like the boots, and then like the long hair. It's like a Bratz doll or like Monster High.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Yes. And you have a song that's going to be featured in the Uglies movie coming out on Netflix. How did that opportunity come about?
I went into a session and I didn't know what I was going to write about, but I knew I wanted it to be like big drama, powerful, cinematic. That's the mood I was in. So we wrote the song. And I didn't really hear much about it until they told me like, oh, this is going to be in this movie, by the way. I'm like, oh, dope. I've never had a song in a movie. And then they said it was the Uglies movie. And I started crying because I'm emotional. Aww. What can I say? But I was emotional because it was my favorite book growing up. Like, and I don't read. Like, I don't like to read. So the fact that I loved this book was a huge deal. And when I was younger, I would like always search online, like Uglies movie, Uglies cast. I was always like trying to look for what it just didn't exist.
It was gonna come out, yeah.
So it's very full circle for me, and I'm very excited.
And for anyone watching, the movie will be out by then, but it's about. Can you explain? I know it's about people getting surgery in this dystopian society.
Let me tell you. So when you're 16, you get surgery, and it makes you pretty because everyone before 16 is ugly.
They're like no uggos.
Yeah, no uggos allowed. And then you move to New Prettiesville.
Wow.
But they put I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Watch the movie and then come back to the interview. So
yes.
They put something in your brain that kind of like just like dulls you down. So like you can still have fun, but like you're not like thinking that deeply.
Yeah.
So like that's like discovered, and they stop it. It's like a whole thing. Super dope.
And it's
Joey King and Chase Stokes.
Okay. So like the plastic surgery is a cover up for them really wanting to like be able to control.
Yeah, because dystopian society, like
it's so Black Mirror, like a Black Mirror episode. Like
I know, and I was like, oh, it's just so cool.
And I guess like it'll be out by now. Are you able to say the title of the song or what?
Yeah, it's called The Top.
Okay.
There will be a music video for it, which is dope because it's using scenes from the movie in it. Which I always like see those type of music videos. I'm like, oh, one day.
Yes.
And it's actually the music video is in the same warehouse as the Sick to My Stomach warehouse. Wow. So it was another unfortunately hot day.
Oh my God. What I love like synchronicities like that though, where it's kind of, and I was saying, and like when we were talking when the video was playing, I thought Sick to My Stomach was like you hinting at the Uglies thing, but it was just a coincidence that you're like in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
it was actually my sister's idea.
Oh
I was like, what should we do for the music video? And she was just with me. She's like, you should do it in a hospital.
Love
like
it.
But she was thinking more like mental asylum, like one of those like white rooms.
Yeah. Like American Horror Story. When I was watching the video, I'm like, oh my God, this was like an Easter egg. But then I love actually when Easter eggs are just like the universe, like all coming together.
Yeah.
Something I do when I go to the movie theaters, some people think it's gross. I just started it, but you take like mini M&Ms and then you like, it's good when the popcorn's hot too.
No, I've seen people do it. It looks great.
They have like Bunch of Crunch, which is like something people do.
They have dairy-free chocolate. I could try it.
Oopsie, sorry. Okay, I'm going to try this for you guys. Trader Joe's popcorn, though, so it's not hot, but hopefully it's good.
I'm on my Sour Patch still.
Okay, it's not bad. I thought it'd be gross because it wasn't warm, but It's good.
No,
It's
it
not
sounds
as
good.
as movie
Sweet and
theater, but-
salty.
Yeah. I like salty and like sour and spicy things.
Are you a microwave popcorn bitch?
Yes, I do love it, but I go and then I buy like the oil like butter. Like they also sell it at the grocery store and you just like lather it in like the oil.
Oh, you need butter.
Right? I need butter. Yeah, I like the texture I think of like the wet like oil. Like it sounds gross, but it like I like that. Yeah.
That makes you happy.
Yes, yeah.
That's what matters.
We'll get into
I like ketchup on everything.
What's the weirdest thing you've put ketchup on?
Just like white rice. I don't do it often, because of how judged I get. I'll do it like if I'm like alone.
Yeah, like in the safety of your home.
Yeah.
I can't judge because I eat really weird. I love eating like a bite of Fruit Loops and then like a bite of a Cheez-It, and I like go back and forth. So I'm not in a place to judge.
Okay.
Do you put salt on the rice still, or is it just straight up?
Just like white rice.
Oh my god!
To me, it just tastes like gluten-free pasta rice.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gluten-free and dairy-free, so like food's not like that enjoyable for me.
Yeah, my sister is gluten-free too, and like you don't think about how many things have gluten until like you can't eat it.
Yeah, that's why like most of my diet's like meat and fruits and veggies.
Okay.
Like there is a lot of gluten-free options. I'm just like, it's like not the same.
Yeah, she had to eat like she eats a lot of like Mexican food because they have like corn tortillas and stuff. So that's like what she eats. Was it like performing your own songs live for the first time? You mentioned like having people sing your words back at you. Do you remember like where that maybe like specific concert was, or like when you really played one of your first songs?
It was at Baby's All Right in New York City.
Wow.
The venue was like 200 people.
Okay.
And it was sold out. I'm like, oh my God, 200 people bought a ticket to see me. Like 200 people went out of their way to see me in person.
Huge.
I was like, wow. At the time, I was like, nothing can get cooler than this. And now, and then like the next tour, like 500 people buy something. Next tour, 1,000. Next tour, like 2,000 people bought tickets for a show. I'm like, that's nuts. Not just fulfilling that like my work is paying off, but it's also just like I'm like 2,000 people like care about something and like it means something to them, not just to me.
Yeah. I honestly feel like performing in front of 200 people would be even harder sometimes than like a huge venue because you can really like feel and see.
You see their faces.
Wow.
They're like a foot away from you because there's no like barrier. The stage is like 2 feet off the ground.
That's like where real artists are made.
My hardest show was, it was like, I was doing like this small festival in like the middle of Norway, like not in like a big city. And it was just like, it was probably like my smallest turnout at a show. And I was like, fuck it, I'm still gonna jump.
Yeah.
And like the 12 people were jumping with me. Yeah, it was tough. It was definitely tough. Hopefully that never happens again.
What is the song that gets the biggest reaction from your fans?
Probably Ava. Just like, it's like one of the biggest songs. But they're the loudest for like the ballads, like the sad ones. Like Intrusive Thoughts is one of the loudest ones.
Yeah. What's the one that's technically hardest to sing?
Oh, Intrusive Thoughts is such a bitch to sing. So high, it's so loud. It's like, but it's okay.
You just performed at Lollapalooza Berlin. What was that like? And also, what was the moment you found out about that opportunity? Was it like a big moment for you? Or?
It was, when I found out, it was like kind of crazy because I played main stage for the first time, which was so cool. And when I think it was like my favorite performance I've done, or the day after we were in Munich for Super Bloom, that might have been my favorite. But I've never been on main stage where like the camera's on you the whole time and like your face is on the massive screens on the side of the stage. It was so cool, and it was like 4,000 or 5,000 people in the crowd, which is like the biggest I've performed for. It was really awesome. And I don't know, I just feel like the crowds in Germany especially, Germany is one of my favorite places to perform. Like they want to clap, they want to jump, they want to like put their hands up.
Yeah.
Where I feel like other places it's like kind of harder. The crowd just kind of wants to like watch, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I love when a crowd wants to like be moving and like jumping.
Yeah.
Like it makes it also more fun for me.
Putting together a live performance is such like an art form in itself, like from the stage production to the visuals to the outfits and the band. What are some things that you think about when you're going into a stage design or like putting on a live performance that you might not have to even consider when you're doing the music videos or other production?
The lights. Oh, I love my lighting director. His name's Joe. He lives in London. He's great.
What about like outfits? I feel like that'd be like the fun part, but like stressful, like changing, but still like the best part.
Outfits are fun. You have to think about what fabrics you're wearing because it has to be breathable. I wore latex on stage in Berlin for Lolla, and like I've never sweat that much in my life because nothing goes in and out. Even if I'm not sweating, like you're still sweating.
I would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
Now that you say it too, I'd be afraid of like wearing any colors that have like
you can't
sweat
wear
stains.
Yeah, you can't wear gray. You can't like you don't want to do something with sweat stains.
Yeah.
And then like when I'm jumping around, I like to jump around a lot on stage. So like I personally probably will never be able to wear heels on stage.
Yeah.
Like I like
the boots.
The boots.
Yeah. Last question, and then we'll do your astrology. Your EP is coming out.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that? And like, what is the story that you wanted to tell with this album or EP?
The EP is called Sick to My Stomach, obviously. All things that are like discomfort, anxiety, stress, like anything like, you know, when you're so stressed and in your stomach, you're like, ugh. Or when you're in love and you feel butterflies and you're like, and you feel it in your tummy. It's about all things like that. So it really like has a whole bunch of emotions felt in this EP, but it all relates to being sick to your stomach and having that discomfort. And then if you felt that, then I like started a new name for my fans, kind of. It's the Twisted Tummy Club. If you're like, if you've ever felt sick to your stomach, then you're in the Twisted Tummy Club. Also, I'm gluten-free and dairy-free. So
that's so good.
That sucks, but I'm in the Twisted Tummy Club.
That leads me to, so we looked up your sun, moon, and rising before.
Yeah, we
filmed. And so you're a sun Taurus, you're a Cancer moon, and then you're a Leo rising. I feel like what you're describing, like, again, I'm not an expert, so in the comments, let us know. But your Cancer moon, moon's where you get your confidence. Cancer is obviously like the emotions and it's a water sign. But then Taurus, your sun sign, is an earth grounded sign. So it makes sense that like the sun is like more of the logical. So you are in tune to the emotions with the moon, Cancer, but you process your emotions through the physical realm, like your physical body, the physical sensations, which is all like that earth sign, like the grounded
slay
body sign. And yes, and then your Leo rising, which Leo risings, I feel like Leos in general, but especially rising sun and moons, they always are like in entertainment or something. Like it's like Lana Del Rey is a Leo rising.
Yeah, she fucking is.
Yes, and I feel like you have a really like, I don't know if maybe it'll come through on social media, but like in person, I feel like you have a really like bright aura, like a big energy, which is like such a compliment. Like I can feel it just sitting next to you, and I would say that's probably like the Leo rising side.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But comments, let us know.
Now I know. Oh yeah. No, let me know. Okay, cute. Great. Come to my tour.
Yeah, go to the tour live, because that's like, I feel like your vocals like really are what you're.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely stressful because a lot of my songs are just they're a lot to sing. So like when I'm not singing on tour, I'm just like not talking.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was the last question I wanted to ask that we're talking about when watching your music video. What are some things you have to do to like? I feel I'm so fascinated at the way singers have to protect their vocal cords.
Yeah, like if I'm going to a concert, I'm not really singing. I'm just like.
Oh, you can't like sing along.
Like I can, but I don't.
Okay.
So like at a concert, I'll just be like, kind of. If I'm going to someone else's concert, I won't sing along with them, or like I won't scream. I'll just be like, woo. Yeah. I'll be very quiet. That's why like I don't go out that often, because like if you're out, you have to like talk at a louder volume so that people can hear you, and that's vocally taxing too. I drink a lot of water. Like I pee like 10 times a day. In case you wanted to know that. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Like all that stuff I'm fascinated by. Thank you guys for watching The Middle Row with Natalie Jane. Let us know what new rising artists we should have on next, and follow the Middle Row Spotify playlist to hear new artists right before they blow up.